Shalom. All praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Wabakakwadash. Peace, blessings, much respect to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, on down to the rest of the elders who rule well within Israel. Salutations to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of this whole entire earth, no matter where, whom they may be, or what they may look like, pushing out this purified truth to the rest of the church who believe as well. You men who may not be teachers or prophets, you women, sons and daughters also, and the water to Yahushai, because without him enduring and going to that cross for the nation of Israel and the nation of Israel alone, none of this would even be possible whatsoever. So the Lord is raising up men. He's raising up real men. And seeing the times that we're coming into, which are going to be some very evil, just very gruesome, very dark, very heartless times, okay? It's going to take real men, to have some wits about themselves. This is Numbers 27 and 16. Let the Lord Yahweh, the power of spirits of all flesh, set a man over the congregation, which may go out before them, and which may go in before them, and which may lead them out, and which may bring them in, that the congregation of the Lord be not as sheep which have no shepherd. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has risen up men to be leaders. And coming into these times that are right around the corner, they're not that far away from right now, it's going to take men with some cojones. It's going to take men with some balls, some testicular fortitude. Because your common man, whether he's in UFC, whether he's a boxer, whether he's just a guy who just, does what he does, whatever the case may be, any biological male outside of this ministry, when all hell breaks loose, they're going to be like women in these times to come. Because we are definitely in World War III, whether you people on the outside of what we're talking about, whether you believe it or not. World War III is destined to happen. And we're actually in that time right now. And it's going to take men, real men, to be leaders, real men to have some wits about themselves and to not bug out, to not lose their mind. That's why it's important, seeing that we're in that season, to not talk about, stupid things. Always talking about other camps, right? Always talking about the so-called black woman. Mix it up. There's so much to talk about. There's so much going on. We're literally at a time when this society can collapse at any given moment. And you'll hear men talk about just small things. Small things when it comes to the bigger picture of it all. Okay? And it happens quite often. Now, this isn't a, diss to anybody. But the problem with a lot of you Israelites, when somebody says something that's truthful, when somebody says something real, oh, he's being offensive. Oh, he thinks he's somebody. Right? What gives him the right? What gives him the audacity to say such a thing? Anyway, let's go forward. Let's go to 1 Peter's chapter 1 and verse 15. But as he which hath called you is holy, so be ye holy in all manner of conversation. So we have to be holy in all manner of conversation. The Lord is dealing with men. So as men, we should be talking about manly things. And what are those manly things? Salvation. Ruling over the heathen. Having our own. Being on top. Being perfect. Being immortals. Sitting on thrones. Getting these women back in order, man. Getting things back in order. That's what we should be talking about. This society being destroyed. The names of Yahweh and Yahushai being exalted. That we're the Israelites. How to walk in righteousness. We should be in holy conversation. Not having a whole conversation 5 times out the week on how the black woman ain't ish. And guess what? I agree. Most of these so-called black women, they ain't ish. But I understand at the end of the day, there's a lot more there's a lot more other things to focus on outside of just the black woman or IUIC. Okay? Nuclear destruction's coming to America. This society is going to collapse, man. There's going to be death everywhere you look. There's going to be chaos in the streets. And the elect are going to hearken and listen to the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Outside of that, people aren't going to get it. So be it. You know? But again, the Lord is calling on men, and men are going to be in a certain spirit. Men are going to carry themselves a certain way. They're going to be in holy conversation. But as he which hath called you is holy, so be ye holy in all manner of conversation. So we've been called into this ministry. We didn't call ourselves into this ministry. Let's touch on 2 Peter's. 2 Peter's chapter 3 and verse 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? So seeing that nuclear destruction is coming, seeing that we are in a time of great evil and things getting so intense that no other time in the history of mankind has ever experienced what's about to come. Well, knowing these things, we should be in the right spirit. We should have our mind focused on the right things, not on small matters, not on things that really aren't going to get us anywhere. You know, you have a lot of Israelites that are just not going to come into this ministry. To hell with them. Okay? There's a lot of Israelites. They're going to keep being haters. They're going to keep on pretending. They're going to keep on doing whatever they do. To hell with them. We should be focused on our salvation. We should be focused on the elect. We should be focused on, you know, the greater good. Focused on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right? Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved. So all of America is going to be dissolved by thermonuclear missiles. What manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of God, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. So nuclear destruction is what awaits America. So we should be in holy conversation. We should be in the right spirit, not focused on these non-believers so much, not focused on all these haters, all these blind bats that surround us throughout our day, that are just all throughout the earth. To hell with them. We got to seek out our own salvation and also worry about those who are like-minded, just like we are, okay, who have the same beliefs as we do. Let's go to Isaiah 46. In verse 8, remember this and show yourselves men. Bring it again to mind, O ye transgressors. So we have to show ourselves men. Because the days that we're coming into, if you're not a man of the Lord that is, you're going to fold like a piece of paper. If you're not a man with the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai on you, you're going to crumble and fold like a piece of paper. Remember this and show yourselves men. So we have to show ourselves men because it's the Lord that's setting a man as leaders amongst the congregation. The Lord is dealing with men. He's calling on to the men. And a lot of women may say, well, I don't need a man and this and that and this and that. And they would rather lay with the bear. And that's totally beautiful. Because the Lord is actually going to allow fierce creatures to get loose. And a lot of you women are going to have your wish. And it's not going to be how you imagined it, though. It's going to surpass what you ever thought would happen. Remember this and show yourselves men. Bring it again to mind, O ye transgressors. So being a man is fearing the Lord, keeping his commandments, not letting women rule over you, not letting things get in the way, any obstacle get in the way of the mission. Okay? Having faith. Faith is a masculine trait. Being about your word as much as possible. Don't be somebody who's just full of crap. All you do is say things and you don't really mean it. There are different things that make us men, and a lot of men are biologically men, but they're not a full man. Okay, to be a full man, you have to remember yourselves. You have to come back to your nationality. You have to remember the words written in these scriptures, because these words are spirit and life. And without these words, we're basically, dead men walking. But through the word, we have life. Remember this and show yourselves men. Bring it again to mind, O ye transgressors. So we have to show ourselves men. The Lord wants us to man up. Let's go to Job 38. Job chapter 38, verse 3. Gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me. Where wast thou when I laid up the foundations of the earth? Declare if thou hast understanding. Who hath laid the measure thereof, if thou knowest? Or who hath stretched the line upon it? So we have to gird up our loins like a man. We have to man up, because the times coming are going to be very demanding, very hard, very vigorous and rigorous times await us. And if we're not in the spirit of manhood as Israelite men, we're not going to make it in these days to come, because it's going to be horrible out here. But the beautiful thing is, the one who's bringing it is going to be the same one to deliver us. And the one who's bringing it has his servants, the prophets, singing it. Proverbs 3. I think that's Proverbs 3 that I'm looking for. Let me try 25. Yep, Proverbs 3 and 25. Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh. So this is the time we're in. We're in a time where things are going to happen on the sudden. An EMP attack could shut down the grid on the sudden. This economy can collapse on the sudden. There can be a foreign invasion on the sudden. There can be some civil war that goes off on the sudden. Okay? That's the season that we are in. Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh, and it is coming. For the Lord shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken. So the Lord is going to be our confidence and keep our foot from being taken. The Lord is what makes us a real man. The Lord is going to be our confidence, our strong tower. The Lord is going to make sure that we get through these days to come, these dark, trying times to come. Okay, we don't have no time to be in a cowardly spirit. We don't have time to be in that female-like spirit, all nervous and wanting this society to go on more because you're not ready yet. You're not looking forward to this society collapsing because you're not ready yet. Well, if that's your mind frame, you're going to get fucking ran over. Or you're going to repent. You're going to do one of them. All right? But if you're of this world, you are an enemy of the Most High. If you're of this world, you have the spirit of a woman on you, man. For the Lord shall be thy confidence and shall keep thy foot from being taken. The Lord is going to uphold his men. The Lord is going to be with his men. All right? So we don't have no time to be in the spirit of being a coward and effeminate. We should be in the spirit of having holy conversation, having our mind focused on the kingdom of heaven. Revelations chapter 21 and verse 8. But the fearful and unbelieving, because if you're fearful, all right, you scared to stand up for the Lord, you scared something might happen to you, you have all the excuses in the world on why you're, not trying to serve the Lord, and unbelieving, you're double-minded, you claim to believe and you really don't, or you just flat out don't believe, and abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters, and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. And the second death awaits those who are not written in the book of life. Okay, all you Israelites who don't believe, you're in that scary ass spirit. You're in the spirit of being a murderer, a liar, the spirit of being a witch, the spirit of calling on other gods. Destruction awaits. So seeing that destruction awaits, seeing that these days are closer than ever, we should be in the spirit of men. And part of being a man, really your whole duty of being a man is what? To serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 12. And verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. So we have to fear the Lord, which keeps us from, performing iniquities. It keeps us on point, and keep his commandments, which goes into what? Obedience. And within his commandments, we are to be men. We are to be brave. We are to stand up. All right? We don't have time for the small stuff, man. Okay, we don't have time for the gossip. We don't got time for, focusing on things that are just in the way. Things that aren't really, doing anything but trying to just darken prophecy. And you can't darken prophecy, but a lot of things are actually just in the way. A lot of things are just a hindrance to what's really happening. And what's really happening is we are in a time like no other time in history. Okay? Ain't no telling what's going to happen in these days to come between Israel and Persia. All right? There's no telling what's going to happen with the allies of Persia, the allies of Israel. What's going to come from this? What's going to happen tomorrow? What's going to happen tonight? What's going to happen next week? That's how, much these prophecies are booming. They're booming like Guile from Street Fighter. Sonic booming. So we have to be men. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. And that's what this is about. Being a man. All right? And in these days to come, when it gets dark, when it gets hard, when these days get even more trying, the Lord wants us to be men. Let's go to Hebrews, and I'll close it. Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 35. Cast not away therefore your confidence, which hath great recompense of reward. Even women will say they like a man with confidence. Well, keep your confidence. Okay? Cast not away therefore your confidence, which hath great recompense of reward. For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of the power, you might receive the promise. So the promise is coming. Everything that the Lord has promised us is coming. So what manner of man are we to be? What type of conversation shall we be in? What kind of mind frame should we be in? Okay? We should be in the spirit of a man, a righteous man. Okay? All praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Wa Rakakwadash. Shalom.